Welcome to Atlanta, Georgia, the Flaps. Bobby Dodd Stadium, home of the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets and the Ramblin' Wreck, hoping to rev up that engine. This is anything but a run-of-the-mill early season matchup, a clash of top 10 teams, and these two will get their oil checked early. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the number 1 team in the land, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we're ready to tee it up. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He gets a block. Oh, what vision. Can they catch him? He will score! Touchdown, Georgia Tech!
And you cannot start this game any better than to take the opening kickoff all the way to the house. How about the speed by the return man? Once he got in the open field, that dude was gone. This place is going crazy.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the PAT makes it 7-0. The number 1 job for the return team, get good field position. But it's much better if you just score, which he did from 90 yards out. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Alabama's offense takes the field. And it won't be easy to throw the ball down the field today, David, because both of these teams have lockdown corners.
I mean, these guys shut down half of the field. Playmaking cornerbacks that really can play man-to-man and lock down the best guys on the other side.
Yeah, if I'm a quarterback in this game, I'm taking a calculated risk if I'm thrown towards one of these two dudes because you're just asking to get picked off.
Here's the handoff. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. These two conferences largely share the same geographic footprint. The ACC loves it when they can take down a team from the SEC.
We see these two conferences play each other oftentimes early in the season, late in the season. David, think about Clemson, South Carolina, Florida, Florida State. These players have a lot of familiarity with one another.
And this already matters so much to these kids because they grew up in the same area a lot of times, like Reese was talking about with the footprint. But how about in the past, too? When your undefeated league champion gets left out of the playoff for an SEC team, a little more fuel for the fire.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. The run from the shotgun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise. Backing this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. It's caught. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another 1st down. Got it behind the line. It's Lawrence.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but now facing 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll take a deep shot here. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his run.
With the run on 1st and goal. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. These fans raising the volume on 2nd got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater. So loud it's rattling your fillings on 3rd and goal. He'll ride his man on the option. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Bama!
How about the start from this offense? What a drive. Just when they needed a 3rd down conversion, they got it. They put a bunch of plays together, kind of wore the defense out, and in the end, punched it in for 6.
And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. And you'd better be sharp throwing the football to the outside, Jesse, because both of these teams have lock-up corners.
And they're really good at baiting you into throwing their way as well. You've got to be careful. And David, I like these guys too because they're not afraid to get their face in the fan and support the run game.
No doubt. And it's fun because when you're a defense and you can shut down half the field, you can do so many different things to give other guys help because you trust these guys on an island outside.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7. And the Yellow Jackets will punt this one away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Makes a move, and the returner will be knocked down. Here comes that Alabama offense. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
To the air on 1st down. Throws toward the end zone. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time. Couple of plays into the end zone. Here's the return from inside his 10. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They give it to him again. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
Quarterback run is part of their game plan. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. The Yellow Jackets send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end.
denying him the first down. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fields to punt and try to pick up some yards. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And boy, was that pressure in his face immediately. Down he goes. The receivers telling the quarterback what they see. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. He hurls one deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. This is a third and long. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Touch pass on the right. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting... marker.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth game if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming down the outside.
They're trying to get to it. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds. Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Quarterback on the keeper. The ball squirts free. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
In this offense, they like their quarterback running these QB design runs like you saw right there, but the defense, they're going to light up every time they see him tote the rock. They know they've got an opportunity to lay a hit on him and create a takeaway like they did right there.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you've got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field. And it's a play like that that you just saw, which can help them get that.
Well, watch the offensive line here. They all block and run. Because they're blocking and run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive game.
A first down run in the red zone. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. And they'll send 5 wide receivers out, maybe creating some room for the quarterback to run. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets! A quick strike, just as we expected.
And quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. SMU notched a victory in enemy territory, and though it wasn't a dominant win, I'd argue any win away from Dallas is worth its weight in gold to the Mustangs. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They gave up the sack on first down. Now it's 2nd and 11. Handoff from the gun. Rumbles ahead for a pickup from 5 to the 29.
5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a first down every couple of carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest, pound that rock.
And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
Well, that's the corner's 2nd sack of the game now, and he's doing a great job at the line of scrimmage, not telegraphing that he's blitzing. He's keeping his eyes on the receiver. Right when the ball is snapped, he uses his speed to get in the backfield to bring the quarterback down.
He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. Georgia Tech has the ball back, and here comes the Yellow Jacket offense. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense got to stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? You be more aggressive when you're trying to get the football back to your offense.
Well, this tight end, he's got size and he's got some athleticism, and he's very difficult to cover one-on-one. Defense is going to have their hands full with him today.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Gets it out quickly, and he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
And get that ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast, and you watch, he can run away from those linebackers or safeties.
They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On 2nd down, looking again to throw. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hip. Here comes 3rd and short from the 24. This offense does not want to send out the field goal unit. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Well, they're certainly not out of field goal range here, but they want to try to pay off this drive with a touchdown. They'll go for it on 4th. Slam to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. And the Yellow Jackets will snap it on 1st and 10. From the red zone, looking for a space. He wants it all. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
What a play by the defender there, guys. In his own end zone, the offense has taken a shot, and if that defender was just one step behind, that would have been a touchdown. But the hit forces the incompletion.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal. So close to cashing it in for this offense. They'll run it on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Georgia Tech.
That is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
after scoring the touchdown. Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Here comes that Alabama offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
You just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
And the completion to the sideline, a solid pickup, but not enough for the first down. Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. He's looking to throw. He looks that one in nicely. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. Fires to the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
He's got his man, makes the grab. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. The Tide trying to pay off this red zone trip. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. And a little too much adrenaline on that throw never gave his receiver a chance. Now 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Going for 6. He caught it. And he won't be able to push his way in. He stopped at the 1. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. And backed up, 1st and goal. This defense fighting to hold the lead and carry it to the locker room. Trying to bully their way in. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And you got to get locked into the red zone. A lot of defensive coordinators will tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense pulling their neck up, getting a big shot.
Referee signals timeout as the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. You can hear yourself think on 3rd and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. So now on comes the field goal unit. And he'll try it from the right hash, and the angle shouldn't be too bad from this distance. That is no good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game. Georgia Tech offense rolls back onto the field. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here? He wants to take the top off. Catch inside the 25. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The kick is up and good and put 1 more on the lead. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinator. 1 play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They think there's room to run to the right here. And he fights his way forward, gets away from 1, but not much doing on that one. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys. Looks like we've got a great game day atmosphere today in Atlanta. And we have to start this halftime breakdown by addressing the play of this elite wide receiver. This is clearly a young man who, once he's finished playing on Saturdays, he's going to be playing on Sundays. The kid has different gears. He has a knack for finding gaps in the defense. And I can't remember a college player with that kind of catch radius.
Kickoff team has the ball teed up, and they're about ready to go. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and then they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success. And so what do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. A strike downfield. Then they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Alabama pushing the tempo. Looking to move it through the air. Finds his man down the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And this junior quarterback shows you why the scouts love that big arm of his. This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another first down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will.
It's a nice game, but the big theme here is they just haven't been able to get the run game going on offense. They've been very one-dimensional. They're just not being physical.
6-yard pickup on first down. Leaves them with 2nd and 4. Keep it on the ground. The Tide will get the first down. They'll try to snap it quickly. Comes out throwing on first down. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. After the incompletion, let's see if they go back to the air on 2nd and 10 from the 33. The run to the right. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Guys, this offense is already reeling down. Multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. Maybe one notch of adrenaline too much on the punt there. It hits about a yard deep in the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. The Rambling Wreck offense rolls back onto the field. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
The pull and throw off the RPO. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Grabs it in the middle. The Yellow Jackets get it up for the first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Hold it.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. First down for this offense. They'll go to the air. Trying to get behind the defense. Snags it up the 30, still running. Touchdown, Georgia Tech. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
This offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive in the third quarter, march downfield to score. There's no end in sight for this one.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes that Alabama offense. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Wide out in motion. Use the play fake. Now to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes. That's the last thing you want as an offense. A negative play. A sack on first down. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass and happening. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that.
He lobs one high down the left side. Got it! And he was pushing for that goal line, but the D stopped him at the 2.
I love it. The offense being aggressive. They're taking a shot. Good job by the QB getting a lot of air under that ball. And how about the receiver and his ability to track it?
Turning to the running game on first and goal. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
And that's why it's hard to run down by the goal line. The defense just has so many bodies crowded into the line of scrimmage. Offense couldn't get it done that time.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And I want to be aggressive in these situations. When I got second and goal, I want to go out and try to get that touchdown. But I do like how he didn't force the ball to coverage, didn't make a big mistake, throw a turnover in this area. You want to make sure you can guarantee points. You still got third and goal coming up, and if you want to go for it on foot.
On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Throw to the end zone, picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Really tough on offense. Third and long, it's tough to know you're passing the football. They know you're passing the football. I'm going to rush the passer. I'm going to drop back deep, make you throw the ball underneath. But, you know, quarterbacks also want to force that football and try to get that first down. He does there, and that's why he creates the turnover.
He fires a bullet to the right. He's got it downfield for a huge gain. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. And the beatdown has ensued.
And, man, what a game-changing tight play. The offense throwing the football deep in their own end, and they're probably thinking to themselves, hey, let's just get some more space. Let's try to get a first down and give ourselves room to work with. What an individual effort by the receiver after he had the ball in his hand, taking it all the way coast to coast on that touchdown.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. last play of the quarter. They'll run it from the gun. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. Guys, we've reached the end of the quarter, and Georgia Tech has the lead. This has been a complete obliteration so far, as the third quarter stats will show you. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. Second down here as they go back to work after the break.
29 Philly, 2-9 Philly.
He's looking to throw. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got an open man. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through the pitch.
Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34.
And how about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake. Hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. A designed run for the quarterback. Tackled, but he has a first down.
QBs that can run completely change your game. I mean, every single bit. You have to understand, now as a pass rusher, I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the zone read concepts and the power read and the jet read, all the different things they can do to you. So, you know, having a guy back there at the helm that can run the football, you better be alert of it from the first play to the end of the fourth quarter.
Really nice awareness by that guy, too, because it looked as though his momentum might carry him out of bounds, might stop the clock, but he knew to get down. He was fighting to make sure he fell down in the field to play, and as a result, the clock keeps ticking.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. A handoff, keep working on that clock. At the 35, he's loose. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
Defensively, you'll take the slow down. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards of pop. But you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making them run the guys, and get them on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
And this is exactly where you want to be as an offensive coordinator. Like when you've got the lead late in the football game, just run the football, eat the clock. Man, they put a good day together. They've had their way with this defense. A lot of positive things to point to. This is one of those weeks when you watch tape, it's going to be really fun to watch. It's not like we're going to get beat up. A lot of big plays from this offense.
And the Yellow Jackets trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. Fast motion from the offense. This quarterback part of their running game. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Well, I think this home environment was just too much for their opponents to handle. There's been unbelievable noise and energy. The crowd showed up today, but how about the playmaking on the field? These guys have got dudes all over the field. This kind of win week 1 sends a statement and reverberates all across college football.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
This might be
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. They'll try to get it going in the right direction this time, second and long from the 19. Here's a throw downfield late. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Coming after him. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Shakes off the tackle. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so...
Throws toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in, you could tell. They were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 20. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged in the middle, it's Robbins. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the 1st down on the throw and catch. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. And here we go, final play of the game right here. They'll throw it on 1st down. And they've got him. Didn't have much of a chance on that one, and a fitting way to put a capper on this game. They get a big win here and start the season on a positive note.
You got to love that as the players. You come out, you have so much anticipation coming into the season, finally getting ready to play in front of a live audience. You're able to come out and execute and get this win under your belt. David, couldn't be a better way to start the year.
And for the losing team, obviously, it's a little bit different. You have something to look at now, to analyze where do I need to get a little bit better, but plenty of time still left in the season to improve and turn it around.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.